This is the last video of our base concepts mini-series, and this is what I've been working on for a while now, actually. And so this base features 2 rows of defense with spikes and barbed wire on top of them, and I put ladders on these little spots where you can jump between, and I'll just show that you can actually jump with a broken leg. Now when I actually make a base like this in survival, I'm probably going to do it a little bit differently than this, but this is pretty much what it's going to look like. So I'll start at the top. Now this is the farm, and it holds a massive 617 corn plants. Now I wasn't able to count the potato plants in the middle there. I didn't think of it until after. This is the level before the farm up there. I'd probably put my sleeping bags or beds or anything like that. That way it's out of the way of when hordes come. And you can also defend from up here as well. It's got a ladder in the middle column. This is where I would mostly be defending if I was up here, and where Sitsa would probably sit as well. And it's got another ladder over here, just in case. This would be the main floor, and I have the hay bales 2 blocks high, so that way you can just walk around up here without having to worry about screamers or anything, and they won't be able to call the hordes. So you can put your chests up in the corner there. I don't really know how well that's going to work. I probably wouldn't hold too many useful or valuable items up there. Now this tower is a lot bigger than my other tower. It's got a lot more room to it. This would be the first basement. Looks kind of like a prison, but you should be pretty safe in something like this. I did have windows all the way around, but I decided, with forges and whatnot, all your valuable minerals will be in the forges, so you wouldn't want those to be compromised. I don't know what happened to the fire pit there. So this would be like the crafting floor. This isn't supposed to be there either. Now this is my favorite feature of this base, and that's the ability to have your mini bike in the base and to be able to get out. And of course, with this setup, you can get back in as well. Now, the only reason I have these wood frames here was because I was testing it out with the different engine types, and this is the second worst engine you can get. So It's pretty close to the worst. This doesn't work so well with the worst engine. I would not attempt it. And by the time you have a mini bike, you should have a fairly decent engine anyways. So the reason I have these wood frames here was because that engine would not make this jump like that. So I just made it one block higher and it was able to make that jump. And then of course I left an opening here to get back in the base. I thought that was pretty sweet, and this is definitely something I want to do when I do the survival playthrough, which the first day should be going live pretty soon. That's going to be on another channel, so that way this channel is sticking with tutorials. So that way if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. So there. That's the Minibike Room. And over here we could have storage, you know, all the other stuff that you don't need up top. And of course, same thing goes for this floor here. Of course you want to be careful about that if you have a broken leg. So yeah, you could have storage all along here. Everything should be safe from the hordes. And then here's the first or the last resort defense room. This is if your base is compromised down below. So it's got these little openings in the floor, so that way you can shoot at zombies trying to attack pillars or whatever. And of course I got a little ring of defense out here, so you can come out here and shoot zombies if you don't feel comfortable on the bottom rung there. And this is the bottom floor, where you could either continue mining down, which I actually probably would, because sometimes this drop doesn't kill some of the zombies. Like the, I don't know what he's called, the one that walks with the sway, he doesn't die from this drop. And then sometimes, for whatever reason, the zombies don't lose their legs in those defenses. So I'd probably mine down just a little bit farther, maybe 40 blocks in total. This here is a 31 block depth. So, and it's important that your walls are smooth. If there's any little holes or any pieces sticking out, the zombies that fall could hit those instead of falling all the way and surviving. So I put holes on each corner of the wall so that way I could see at nighttime, even though I could just do that. But I did a lot of testing on the base, and there's a lot of things that need improvement, but this is the general concept. So yeah, that's about it. And each floor is held up by this metal trussing here. So every metal object has a mass of 20 and max load of 320. And that's how I got away with this kind of a design here. And in fact, I could probably have built it with just the corner pillars and it would still have stood up. But I'm not going to test that out. Because, yeah, so the reason there's all these pillars is so that way if one goes down, the rest will still hold up the floors. So, kind of preemptive base defense strategies for the most part. And yeah, so it's going to be hard to test this thing without an actual horde. I tried using screamers, and they don't home in on you very well. But the drop works for the most part. They don't hit that ledge there. That was one thing I was a little afraid of. But, so yeah, this place works pretty well. When I actually build this, I'm only going to do one corner. And then I'll dig down, and then I'll start making the other corners. I think that would be the easiest way to go about it. And then, I'm not sure about this. I don't think I'll have two sets of defenses here of the spike traps, because it makes the cops explode. They just don't get to the bottom of the base, doesn't allow me to loot them, and yeah. So that's the final base concept I've got going. This thing could hold an army of survivors, I bet. Probably like 20 or so, maybe even more. And we could all live happily and comfortably. And that's the whole point of this base. Although it requires a lot of maintenance. And that's the only problem I see so far. It's just the maintenance is going to be crazy. And another thing, you can stack barbed wire on top of barbed wire. So I thought that was kind of interesting. If you wanted to do a double layer of barbed wire, I don't think it slows them down anymore, but you could do that. Just make sure wherever you're jumping by, you can still jump over it. So I wouldn't put a double layer on these 3 blocks here. But yeah, so that's the final base concept. I got a couple more videos planned. Mostly it's going to be points of interest and whatnot like that. I still got to do a water revisited tutorial for everybody. And I think that's about it for 7 Days to Die tutorials. If you guys have anything else, guys and girls, whoever's watching, if you have anything else that you want me to cover, let me know in the comments and I'll get on that. But after all those are done, I think that's about it, and I'm probably gonna start doing tutorials on another game. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, press that like button and subscribe for more awesome tutorials daily. Bye bye.